Feeling drained, unhappy and overworked, but getting out of a work cycle seems impossible? But I'm telling you that it's not only possible, but also I'm going to provide you 10 tips in this 3-part series to improve your work-life balance. This second group of tips focuses on reducing work hours. Loving your job is great, but overworking can drain you physically. Finding effective ways to cut down your work time can be challenging, but I will prove to you that it's possible. The first tip from reducing group has a bit of a connection to shallow work, what I talked about in a previous video on this series. For this one, you want to fake it until you make it, or act like a king. What I mean is that even if you don't make tons of money in your occupation, you should seriously consider delegating your activities, because it can be a positive trait, both financially and in terms of your work-life balance. The financial part is pretty simple. Not all work is equal. For example, if you get paid $40 per hour, and there are some things what you do and can be done by someone for $20 per hour. In theory, by hiring that someone to do this work, you would be gaining $20 per hour. And it has not to be the same activity. It's all about the notion that you free up your time. You have to work after all, unless of course you can delegate all your work for less money than you get paid and pick up the difference. So since you can't delegate everything, you need to make a choice. And this is where positive trait and work-life balance comes in. I advise you to delegate all shallow work first. If you haven't seen the last part where I talked about it, I encourage you to watch it, but for now I will tell that shallow work is all cognitively non-demanding work but can be often performed while distracted and includes something like cleaning, checking email and so on. This type of work tends to exhaust us and not provide any pleasure. So it surely destroys your work-life balance. The next tip, losing is winning. I understand that it's not always an option, next 2 tips will help you with that, but even if it's not an option, I need you to tell this, because sometimes you just have to hear it from another person. Work is not a single objective of your life, and most of the time you will survive by working less, so you should not be afraid of losing work hours. That simply means don't work a lot. You can find many other ways to feel special than just that employee of the month title, and 40 hours per week should be more than enough to let you live by. I would advise you to work at bare minimum you have, because overworking your mind and forgetting everything around will eventually lead to burnout. I'm sure you're a smart person, so you don't have to worry. After freeing more time, you will automatically fill it with new projects that you love. And who knows, maybe one day one of those projects will pay you more than your full-time job. Or maybe you just have fun, but without freeing your time, you will never figure this out. And even if you think you are doing something that you love, always leave yourself space for just doing nothing and wandering around, because that's the time when that needed self-reflection happens or great ideas come to mind. Finally, I will be making connections to this video. The third tip will help you to lose hours and delegate more easily. Besides giving you more freedom overall, you need to ask yourself, have you really tried doing it correctly? And this is increasing your pay rate. A common misconception is that increasing your pay rate is just asking for promotion or working more hours, but these are not correct solutions. Instead, you should become a better expert in your field. Learn from the best through the workshops and the courses, improve your productivity, time management and learning skills, which of course you can do by subscribing to this channel. Also, be strong and sometimes don't take no as an answer. If you know you're worth more and more people think like this, maybe it's time to search for a new boss who would value you more. Or maybe it's time for freelancing. Let me know in the comments if you would like to see any finance tips on this channel in the future. But for now, I will tell you what you should always strive to decrease your work hours because of providing more value. Well, if someone before clicking on this video thought that if you want to have perfect work-life balance, you should not work at all, it's true. The goal is that you create enough value so that work becomes optional. You should always strive towards your money source being something you cannot call work. And while being a slave for 80 hours per week and saying you love it is a little strange, it's also not the way to go. Ultimately, you want to create some kind of passive income source. If I need to, I can boil down these passive income sources into 2 big groups. One is then money generates money, and the other one is providing some kind of product for big crowd. Since you would not care for work-life balance if you were sitting on a pile of cash, probably product income ideas are more suitable here. There are plenty of choices here, and it all depends on your current skills. But above all, like creating some physical product, finding a company, and so on, I think one has a massive advantage. It's the best because you don't have to pay your employees or calculate production costs. Also, it can be truly unique, so you don't have to worry about any direct price competition, and you can sell unlimited copies of it. It's any kind of digital product. Digital, but it does not have to be coded app, so you may not even need a degree. It could be anything, a book, course, or maybe one that you're watching right now, a YouTube video. If it seems like something not for you, I will encourage you by saying that quite a few popular newsletters started with just being as an update for friends and turn out into profitable business. So you can find your niche too. If you already found your work-life balance, you may discover that work is not root of all problems. Anxiety and worry. Problems that may start at work but occur in many steps of our daily lives. But you can fix this problem too. In this video, I'll provide you 3 easy methods for fighting worry in all life situations. See you here and stay balanced while building your superior life.